What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Paperback Dan, and today I want to talk about my most anticipated new series coming out in the fall of this year. I'm hoping to turn this into like a seasonal thing, talk about it every 3 months or so. So, welcome to the first episode, and I've got some books that I'm excited to talk about. I am still kind of sorting out the criteria for this video. I don't know if I'm going to exclude like one shots or spin offs or anything like that. Um, Still kind of working that out. But all I know right now is that it absolutely has to be a number one. Brand new, not a reprint or facsimile, anything like that either. Brand new number one. That's what we're talking about here. New series coming out this fall. So hopefully, you know, there's a book here that you're curious about. Um, Before we really like dive into it, I just want to emphasize that when it comes to comics, pre-orders are important. So if you see something that you like and you have an interest in adding it to your pull list, make sure to add it because that kind of thing matters. Those numbers matter. It factors into all sorts of stuff that I can't even comprehend. But please, if you see a book you like, add it to your pull list. With that said, I have a couple of honorable mentions. Um, So first is going to be Juvenile from Image. It comes out December 4th and it retails at the standard, modern standard, I guess if you will, $3.99. In a future where a deadly virus kills everyone upon reaching adulthood, teenagers are confined to massive medical facilities until a mysterious new patient arrives and reveals a shocking secret. And that secret is basically that this virus is giving them like telekinetic abilities, and the adults are trying to suppress it through like medication and surgeries and stuff like that. And yada, yada, yada. Now they're trying to escape, and the fate of humanity is basically in their hands. My second honorable mention is a book from Scout Comics called Milk Run, and it's about this guy who can make a portal that goes up to 10 years back in time. So he'll use it for boring things like getting groceries and saving money because of inflation and stuff like that. But then it turns out that he realizes that he could use his powers to solve a mystery from this podcast that he heard. And that just seems kind of interesting to me. The cover caught my eye, and I kind of like the concept. It's a 3-issue series, so it's not going to overstay its welcome. Um, and it's set to come out November 27th, and it's going to be $4.99, which is kind of standard for Scout Comics, even though it seems a little high. But whatever, I'm in. I don't know about you, but I love me a countdown. And number 5 on my list of most anticipated new series of fall 2024 is The Carlisle School for Kings. It's from Dark Horse, and it's coming out October 30th at $3.99, which, like I said, pretty standard. Emmeline Heron is the daughter of traders, but even she cannot be denied entrance to the Carlisle School for Kings. For thousands of years, the Academy has opened its doors to the best and brightest young people in the kingdom. There, they are trained in matters of heart, strength, and mind, and the one who is deemed most exceptional will be crowned king for the next 30 years, when the king cycle repeats. This decree was enacted by Godwit himself to ensure the king is one young enough that hope and idealism still thrive within them. But if they want hope and idealism, they invited the wrong girl. So something about that seems interesting to me. I like the concept of like a king being decided based on like schooling and actual merit versus something that's just handed down like generation to generation, and just like a bloodline specifically gets that like royal title. Um, so yeah, I'm curious. I mean, who knows where that goes? I like the idea of it being kind of a different spin on how kings and queens and royalty is usually handled. Number 4 on my list is none other than G.I. Joe. Image is publishing it under the Skybound imprint, and that's due out November 13th and is going to be $4.99, which is kind of surprising, but maybe the book has some extra pages in it. I'm not really sure. But I felt almost obligated to put this one on there. I mean, it's G.I. Joe, you know? It's part of the Energon universe, which I've been a fan of so far. I like that they've had miniseries building up to this, and I'm not the biggest GI Joe fan. Like I didn't grow up with uh, with the cartoon or the action figures or anything like that. I just kind of knew of it. So I'm kind of like the reason I'm really anticipating this book is because I'm hoping that this is my chance to potentially fall in love with the franchise. Um, so we'll see. Plus, Joshua Williamson is on it, and I've always enjoyed his work. So G.I. Joe's number 4 for a reason. Number 3 on my list is Vicarious from Boom Studios, and it's written by Ryan Parrott, which is the biggest selling point to me, but I also find the premise really fascinating. It's basically the technology exists through an implant where people, specifically the rich, can live through someone else, feel everything they're doing, see everything they're doing, so someone else can live dangerously and you get to experience all of it without any of the drawbacks. You know, you kind of get all the reward, none of the risk type of thing. And that's a really interesting concept to me. I'm curious where that could go. It's only 5 issues, and it's slated to come out October 16th. It's coming in at $4.99, which I'm kind of I didn't know Boom was doing that. Um, but whatever. 5 issues, I can live with that. Like I said, the concept is really interesting, and I'm excited to see what Ryan Parrott brings to the table for this book. Number 2 on this list is Rockefellers from Image, part of the Ghost Machine imprint, which was one of the bigger selling points for me. I liked a creative team. You know, there's some DC legends in there, Peter Tomasi and Francis Manapul. But what surprises me is that this is a time travel book, and usually I hate time travel stuff, but it's still kind of interesting. The time travel thing kind of goes with like a witness protection program where they'll put people in the past. So this family from the 25th century discovers a secret. Now they have to go into hiding, and they're hiding in our present. Um, and people are, you know, traveling the multiverse, the Ghost Machine multiverse, I guess, trying to find them. So that, I don't know. I don't know what it is that sold me on it. I mean, I like the cover, and I like Ghost Machine. I like the creators. Time travel, usually not something I go for, but something about this book that just really caught my eye. And number 1, the one that I'm the most excited for, the brand new series that caught my eye the most, the one that nearly inspired this entire video, is Null Hunter from Image. This is going to be a 12-issue miniseries, maxi series, whatever you want to call it. It's coming out October 23rd, and it's going to be $3.99, so still standard. But the reason that I'm excited about this book the most is I'm loving what I'm seeing from the art and the covers. I don't know anything about the creative team, so this is purely like a concept thing that's selling me. Because I love basically everything that it's including. I'm a big fan of like cyberpunk sci-fi stuff, and this is a cyberpunk retelling of the labors of Hercules, and I like Greek mythology a lot as well. So it just really spoke to me. I feel like, yeah, I feel like the book was, I don't want to say made for me, but I definitely think that I'm part of the target audience. Um, so I'm really excited to check this one out. It's already on my pull list, and I can't wait. I remember when I first heard about it releasing, I went and told my friends about it, and I don't think any of them were interested in it, but I had to share it. So yeah, Null Hunter, my big number 1. Woohoo. Um, but yeah, so that's all I got. Those are my 5, well, 7 if you include the honorable mentions, most anticipated new series. There's plenty of other good ones to check out, I'm sure. But like I said at the beginning, please, please pre-order your books. Add them to your pull list. Add them to whatever your comic shop calls it. Just pre-order your books. Those numbers matter. And I want more of these comics, so that's what I'm putting them on my pull list. But yeah, so that's all I got. That's my list. I'm hoping that I'll see you come winter time. And until then, peace.